Well, we're here. Ranger Great Sports Network, February 6th, 2023. Yeah, okay. We're going to turn that down a little bit. Matter of fact, we'll just turn it off. This is Monday Morning Sports. Monday Morning Sports. Because we won't be doing Monday morning review of the NFL after this week, because that's going to be over. Super Bowl is Sunday. And with the Super Bowl being Sunday, the NFL season is over for, 6 months or so? They need the time off. These guys are beat up. They need the time off. Even the ones that aren't playing right now need the time off. So that being said, we should be happy. Happy that they made it through. Because let me tell you something. That is a hard sport. I don't know how they did it. That being said, we are here, and since we are here, what are we doing? You know what we're going to talk about today? We are going to talk about Tom Brady, the man, the myth, the legend. See what's happening. Okay, Okay, let's just go with this. Like, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady 5 days ago retired. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He retired. And just like that, gone. But we need to talk about it. Maybe I need to talk about it. Maybe I need to get it out of my system. Okay? Of Tom Brady retiring from the NFL. Gone. Who would expect it? I mean, a couple of days ago, I thought he was going to Miami. Trying to get some things worked out here on this. I got to go in here and see if my device is on. Okay. Well, we're going to be professional about this anyway. We're going to have to get it done. That's all to it. I'm going to talk about Tom Brady. 5 days ago, the man, the myth, the legend known as Tom Brady retired from the NFL. Now, I think Tom Brady retired a year early. Tampa Bay was going nowhere. Okay. Todd Bowles is not going to take that team anywhere anytime soon, except backwards. That's the only place they go. They were a dysfunctional team under Bruce Arians the season before. Seemed like Bruce Arians got old on the job quickly, and nothing was working with them, but they still made it into the playoffs and almost made it into the Super Bowl, except for the defense, which Todd Bowles was in charge of, played terribly. That's right, against the Rams, and the Rams won that game after Tom Brady had brought them back. Now, with Todd Bowles being that guy who was made the coach, the team played just as bad as this defense that played the year before. They were spotty. They were not consistent, totally jumping off sides, making dumb penalties, and looking to roll the boat most of the time. This thing that they had with rowing the boat whenever they made a play. And they would do this or become animated whenever they made some sort of stop on first and second down. And forget about third down. They never made a stop on third down. The other team just kept going down the field. But whenever they were able to make any type of stop, they would start becoming animated and then act like they were rowing the boat like they were pirates. Well, that's great, but pirates usually win, okay? They wait till afterwards. So it was a dysfunctional team under Todd Bowles, and they were going backwards. The offensive line was like piecemeal. It was held together by rubber bands. Most of the offensive line went out injured in preseason and in the beginning of the year. So it was bad news. Bad news for any quarterback. No quarterback was going to look good for the Bucs last year. Now, I thought that Brady had another year. If he could get to Miami, it'd be a great fit. Tua Tagovailoa, Tua Tags. Let's just call him Tua Tags. Tua Tags has been concussed most of the season, last season, which means if he comes back this season and he becomes concussed again, he's going to be held out the whole year. He can't go back. Really, Miami can't use him. They can't have him. They can't utilize him. They can't They can bring him back and just have him as a quarterback, maybe pay him for the year, but they can't. If they bring Tua Tags back, they have to have a full-time quarterback waiting for him to go out, which is more than likely going to happen. So I thought if he could get to Miami, it would solve a host of problems because, number one, he would have time to throw because he would have a decent offensive line. Last year's Bucs line had to be one of the worst. He had to get rid of the ball within 1 or 2 seconds and hope that his receivers were open, whatever the case may be. If they weren't open, too darn bad, I had to get rid of the ball. He would have fast and young receivers. A lot of attention was given to Mike Evans, 1,000-yard guy, but Mike Evans is slow now. He's older now. He has taken a lot of hits. He was always a physical receiver. That's nothing against Michael Evans, but it's not Jalen Waddle or Tyreek Hill. Get it through your head, okay? Those guys are scat backs. They can get open, and Brady can get them the ball. If he had a decent offensive line, he's throwing to them. So in terms of talent, he would have more talent that he would have to deal with. And best of all, he would have an innovative head coach, offensive head coach, not defensive, innovative offensive head coach that would know what to do with him. And because Miami does have a winning tradition in some sense way back when, they might appreciate him more than the Bucs fans. Bucs fans, they were so used to being losers, so used to being discontented and disenchanted that they had no idea of how to deal with a superstar quarterback. They complained when Brady was with the team for the 3 years that it became Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. That they had a team in place before Brady. Yes, I remember that team. They were called the Succaneers, and they were never on television because they sucked so badly. Yeah, before Brady came, Tampa Bay Buccaneers had the worst winning percentage of any franchise in the history. I can't say the history, but any franchise in NFL at that time. So with Tua Tags being concussed and Brady being able to go to Miami, I thought there was a very good, they could go to the Super Bowl. I mean, they made it to the playoffs with Tua Tagovailoa. They made it to the playoffs with Tua Tags, concussed, and the sky's the limit, okay? So Miami was in need of a proven, reliable quarterback, and Brady would definitely fit the bill. But, not only that, it would be an upgrade in the skills department. Yes, and Miami would be Super Bowl bound. But, that thought is over, okay? Because Brady retired. He says he's hanging up the cleats. So the thought that remains is how much Thomas, Edward, Patrick, Brady gave to the NFL and to us sports fans. So let's get there. For those of us who were able to watch him as a New England Patriot and were amazed at his determination, it's determination to win, okay? His resilience. He would get knocked down because, remember now, he's not a runner. So he'd have to use all kinds of, feints and tricks to get away from the pass rush. And he would get knocked down a lot, okay? But Brady always got back up. Always. He's probably the most durable quarterback in the past 25 years in the history of the game, okay? When we watched him as a New England Patriot, we watched him win game after game after game after game, like a machine. He was driven. He wanted to win. He had to win. Down or up, he was going to win. He was going to find a way to win if he was down. Okay? Game after game, he was going to pull it out. He was going to get it done somehow, some way. And it was like watching the Michael Jordan basketball game. He was going to get it done. That's all that counted. And you couldn't wait for it to happen week after week because you knew it was going to happen. He could do more with less. That's right. No quarterback has done more with less in the NFL than Tom Brady. None of his receivers are in the Hall of Fame. The only one potential is going to be Rob Gronkowski, a tight end. Okay. Oh yeah, there's Randy Moss. But Randy Moss was Randy Moss before he met Tom Brady. But when he was with Tom Brady for that 1 year that he was with Tom Brady, he caught 23 touchdowns, which is the NFL record for a receiver catching touchdowns in the NFL. Randy Moss holds it the 1 year he played with Tom Brady. So that's how good Tom Brady was. Now, year after year, Brady would take the Patriots to the AFC Championship. In his 20 years as a Patriot, they went to the Super Bowl 9 times. 20 years, 9 times. He went to the Super Bowl half the time that he was with the Patriots. Almost 500. Aaron Rodgers doesn't have that ratio. Peyton Manning doesn't have that ratio. Nobody has that ratio except for Tom Brady. No one except for Tom Brady. Bill Belichick, if Bill Belichick had coached the team a bit better, they would have won all 9 times that they were in the Super Bowl. Matter of fact, if Bill Belichick had coached better, they would have been in the Super Bowl even more if he had just gotten some weapons half the time. Despite that, Brady holds nearly all the passing records in the NFL, even though he's never been considered an elite passer. That was reserved for Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers and Drew Brees, not Brady. Brady was considered a system quarterback, right? So not considering him a elite passer is just plain wrong. Brady was just as good as any of those guys and better. He was never a runner, so he gets no accolades there. Even though he won game after game, he was called a systems quarterback, a game manager. That his winning was due to Bill Belichick. That's right. The Patriots won as much as they did because of Bill Belichick. And that practically anyone, this went on for much of his career, could have filled Tom Brady's shoes. Turns out they were wrong there too. So they're wrong about him not being an elite passer. They're wrong about somebody being able to fill his shoes. Totally. Without Tom Brady, Bill Belichick has looked terrible. And the Patriots have looked dysfunctional as the pre-Brady Buccaneers look, just as dysfunctional. They don't know what they're doing, where they're going, or how to get there. Okay? People forget that Bill Belichick had been the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, and they were terrible. Well, this is how the same guy looks now. Terrible. And this is after he spent $300 million in free agency. A fortune. Nobody ever spent that much. And still, he can't make the playoffs. Now, instead of them blaming him, they're looking for an offensive coach. It's the offensive coach that he hired is his problem, even though Bill Belichick put him in that position. Instead of them saying Bill Belichick really isn't as good as we thought he was without Tom Brady, it's all about, if we just get him an offensive coordinator, everything will work out better. Okay. They've only made the playoff once in the 3 years that Brady's gone, and they were lucky to make that by the skin of their teeth, and they were put out in the very first round in a blowout. Bill Belichick has regressed back into the Cleveland Browns Bill Belichick. He spends more time feuding with his players than he does leading them anywhere. Looking to cut their pay, looking to suspend them so he doesn't have to pay them, looking to cut their pay again in any which way he can. That's Bill Belichick. Brady won 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots and 1 with the Buccaneers. A total of 7. Truth is, Thomas Edward Patrick Brady should have won more, 10 or more Super Bowls easily. He was that good. But there are a lot of could-haves, should-haves, and would-haves in life. the most important cliff notes, the most important things that we draw out of life are not the could have, should have, would have. It's what was done. What was done, the facts. Make no mistake about it. The facts. What happened? So, I'm going to end this by saying this. Let's make no mistake about what we witnessed. Tom Brady rescued a hapless, hopeless New England Patriots team. That's right. Bill Belichick had just gave Drew Bledsoe the highest paid contract in the history of the NFL. They had gone 96 the year before. They were on their way to doing the very same thing again this year. When Tom Brady's thrown into the fray and rescues them, and the rest becomes history. The Patriots who dominated the league for 20 years, all began with Tom Brady. Everything that Robert Kraft has garnered in the last 20 years for owning the Patriots franchise, he owes it all to Tom Brady. Bam, front and center. Everything the Patriots are right now, they owe it all to Tom Brady. Bill Belichick. Now, Tom Brady not only carried that franchise for 20 years, he carried a mean-spirited, chiseling, lying, backstabbing, cheating grifter named Bill Belichick, who was his head coach for 20 years. He carried him so well, he made him look so good that a number of people in the NFL circle called him a genius. They called him a genius. Here was a guy who really didn't draft Tom Brady per se. He did draft him, but only as a throwaway to his quarterback coach at the time, Dick Rebellin. Right, he didn't really expect anything out of Tom Brady. Never saw him, never scouted him, never. It's quarterback's coach who would die a year later from complications of a stroke, I believe. Went to bat for Tom Brady. Screamed up and down, yelled, turned sideways, turned blue, until finally, with his last pick of the first round, Bill Belichick satisfied his quarterback's coach by drafting Tom Edward Patrick Brady. So that was Bill Belichick's contribution to the matter, just being in the right place at the right time. And this guy carried him for the next 20 years. A lot of people label Bill Belichick a genius, something he was never called in Cleveland and would never be called again since Brady left. Then Tom Brady, he went to Tampa Bay and he made them winners. Yes, Tampa Bay, he made them winners, something they hadn't been in 20 years. He put them back in prime time. Nobody had seen the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on TV in the last 10 years. They were that bad. They were so bad they wouldn't even put them on television. Yet when Tom Brady came, they became must-see primetime television. Make no mistake about it, guys. We all saw that. We all saw this. He carried the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a losing franchise, to glory, back to glory in popularity. In truth, Tom Brady carried the NFL, ladies and gentlemen, sports fans everywhere. Let's just be honest. Tom Brady carried the NFL over the last 23 years. That's right. He made the NFL better. So he carried teams, owners, coaches, and he carried whole what is it? Companies. That would be the company, the NFL, the company. He carried the whole league. But he also carried us through the ups and downs, backwards and forwards, through the winning, everything. You see, the NFL was made better, but so wasn't the lives of all of us who were lucky enough to watch Tom Brady over his career. Why do you say? Because we were watching a blueprint of success being created right in front of us. He was making it right in front of us. He was showing us how to become successful in life. Every day. I should say every Sunday. Every Sunday that you watch Tom Brady and you watch him persevere, drive, push himself, will himself to win. And all the preparation that he was doing, he was putting in to making this event become successful. You were watching a blueprint to success. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be successful, the only thing that we have to do is follow the blueprint. Put in the time, put in the effort, and will ourselves to where we need to go. So with that, I'm going to close. That's my Monday morning review. It's about Tom Brady retiring on February the 6th, 2023, year of our Lord Jesus Christ. I'm glad to be here. And what better place to be than in Florida, back in Florida. I was in Boston last week, and it was freezing cold, but it was beautiful. It was beautiful, all you Bostonians. It was beautifully cold. But it's not bad to be in warm weather. We'll just put it that way. Hey, listen, I'm going to let it go at that. Tom Brady retires. Tom, we owe so much to you. The NFL owes so much to you. The world owes so much to you in so many ways, not just sports-wise, but in your attitude and your personality, your gifts that you have given, your gift of character also to the world. And with that, Amazing Great Sportsnet, I am Clay Morris signing off on the Monday Morning Review, reviewing Tom Brady retiring from the NFL. Thank you very much.